Into the Pentagon. WTF Nation Radio.
Baby's coming home and I'm alright. Right here, right now. I'm better without you. Your face on my mind. But right here, right now. I'm better without you. I've had this for some time. But right now, I know that I'm better on my own. Right here,
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Wear a condom? We're in Fayetteville. No one gets STDs here.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Here we go. I forgot to push the buttons. I forgot the buttons. We're back. Look who's back.
Hi.
It's TZ.
I'm
She's back.
And live from my bed.
Yes. Which
In
I'm
the
sure is
comfort of my bed.
probably a necessity right now. So you are still mildly convalescing. You're not quite
Yeah.
100%, but you're working.
No. Yep.
So-
I'm working. They gave me the go ahead to go back to work full time, but I have a desk job, so whatever.
Yeah, it's not.
And they gave me the go ahead to drive on Monday, so I'm back behind the wheel. Just a warning to the people who live near me. And but sitting anywhere on a hard surface for too long, or even sitting in general for too long, is not very comfortable.
Right.
So I'm radio showing from my bed. See,
Hey.
bouncy, bounce.
Whenever you're here, it's all that matters.
I'm
We're just
here.
glad. We're just glad that you're back and better than ever. And well, I don't know if you're better than ever, but
Well, no, I'm uterus free, which is
well, that's
and
good though. I
feel
mean,
good. Yes, it is very good. It is a good thing. It was a bad uterus. It was acting up and giving me a hard time, and I wasn't using it anymore. So yeet, it was.
eat that baby.
I did. I'm happy, but yeah. But they say it's like a full 6 weeks before you feel 100%. I'm cool with that.
Well, that's good.
And yeah, so I'm back. I'm back.
Well, that's good. I'm so happy about that. I really am. Really am.
Me too.
So
Thank you. I missed you guys.
we missed you. That's what last week. That's all I kept getting was when's TZ coming back? Where's Taryn at? How come? Where's Taryn? I'm like, fuck. What am I, chopped liver over here? Like, this is cool. Actually, you know what? Fucking King Smith was on last week, and that was a great show. We did really good. So-
Aw, yeah, and I missed it because I'm pretty sure I was.
I thought you were at a concert or something.
Oh, that's right.
The Chili Peppers.
So, and that sucked. Let me tell y'all what happened. So, I had gotten tickets to Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes.
And so I thought, okay, well, that'll be great. We'll go. It'll be fine. Well, I wasn't feeling 100%. I wasn't even feeling 50%, but I was feeling like it'll be okay. So we drove in and we get there, and I guess what was a bigger concert than what we thought it was going to be. And by the time we showed up, they didn't have any handicap parking spaces available.
Yeah.
And the closest parking they had for the Alamo Dome was like blocks away. And SAPD had like all the cross streets blocked off. So like you couldn't even park on any of these side streets. And all the parking that people were like paying for you to park at was even still like 2 blocks away. There was no way I was walking 2 blocks.
Right. Yeah.
I could barely block. I was lucky to be walking from the handicap space inside,
Mhm.
So we just said, fuck it. And luckily, I didn't pay that much for my tickets. And it's not like I was dying to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was like, it's whatever. So we went to a local restaurant and had an amazing meal and just drove home.
Yes.
And I was in bed by 9 o'clock. So I missed the show and I missed the concert, but I got a really good dinner and that's fine. But I really wasn't feeling great. And by the time we got there and found out there was no parking, it was like, fuck it.
Right.
And I wasn't feeling all that great. So it was probably a good thing that I didn't go because I probably would not have enjoyed myself sitting in those seats and being uncomfortable
Right.
and nosebleed. So
Yeah. Exactly.
it worked out in the
Well,
end.
if you
It
can't
worked out in
even
the
here, it
end.
is a week later. If you can't sit in a chair for 2
Yeah.
hours now, it would have really sucked last
Yeah.
week, I'm sure. So
And the
Fuck it.
reason we went so late was because there were like 2 opening acts. And I was like, well, I really don't care about seeing them. We'll just go a little bit later, get in, whatever. And we did not even think, oh, well, the handicap parking will be all taken up. It didn't even dawn on me.
Right.
And SAPD, I mean, that was at like all the areas for the closing off of that. They felt horrible.
Right.
And they were like, "We're really sorry. We don't have any available. It's all taken. We feel so." And they were very apologetic,
Yeah,
but it was
absolutely.
just like, fuck it. I mean, if I'd have spent $400, I'd have probably called an Uber from my other parking space.
Right.
I'm spending $12
I'm
for an
surprised. Do
Uber
they
from
do
one
they do
parking
that?
lot
Do
to
they
the
have
other.
like shuttles that do that stuff for you?
They do, and they even have those guys that ride those bikes and stuff, but we couldn't even find one of those guys. They were so busy. I mean, it was busy.
Right.
Like, they had started, like, activities prior to the concert at, like, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Huh.
They had, like, outdoor activities going on. They opened the doors for, like, the Alamo Dome at, like, 2:30 in the afternoon. Now, they didn't open the doors to go into the concert until, like, 6, but it turned out to be a big, big freaking deal. Apparently, people really like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I had no idea.
You know, I would like to see them. I'm not gonna lie. I would
I
like to go to a Chili
I
Peppers
wanted
concert.
to see him. I did wanna see him, but again, I didn't pay a ton of money for the tickets. I got them through VetTix. I even emailed VetTix and was like, "I'm so sorry, I wasn't able to use the tickets," and they were, like, very nice about it. They were like, "It's okay, we understand, things happen, not a big deal." And
Right.
so I did lose out on a bunch of money, and it it but in the end, it all worked out. I mean, it could have been worse. And I had gotten these tickets way before my surgery was ever even scheduled. So how was I gonna, how was I to know?
Right. And,
Meh,
and,
I
and
didn't
it's
know I wouldn't feel
and
good.
like you said, it's one of those things too. Like, fuck. I guess I've never had my uterus yeeted out of me, so you might have
Mm,
felt fucking awesome a week later.
yeah. Yeah, who knows? Everybody's heals differently.
Well, and
It
I
it
know
might have been fine.
I've had a bunch of knee surgeries, right? And
Mhm.
I've had some where I felt amazing the next day, and even the next week, and I've had some where I felt like shit for like a fucking month afterwards. So
Yeah,
you just
and
don't
I've had a
know.
bunch of different surgeries too, so I kinda was the same way. I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, well, this might be fine or it might not be fine."
Yeah.
I mean, I had one shoulder surgery, and for, like, the first 2 weeks, I was like, "Don't even fucking look at me." And then when I had my second shoulder surgery, I was like, "Meh." By the second day, I was like, "I'm good. Let's go to out to eat. I'm cool. Just
Right.
don't jostle me." So I mean, I thought, "Oh, I'll be alright."
Huh.
Nah,
This is so
that's
weird.
okay. I still had a great time.
This is
That
so
night, I had a
weird.
good time, and
So
I got to eat liver and onions, and nobody will ever eat that with me, and I can never find a place that makes it, and this Mama's Cafe in San Antonio, oh, freaking amazing. If you people like liver and onions, go to Mama's Cafe on, Nacogdoches. It's the bomb. They make, like, all that, like, homemade feel good their chicken fried steak, I shit you not, the half order was like it was like a plate, and that was a half order for my friend.
huh.
It was such good food
That sounds
and
good.
great prices.
That's
It was
awesome.
really good. So, it was worth it in the end. I got really good food, so.
So we didn't do this yet. I didn't say
Mhm.
hi to our guests who are our audience.
Oh my god, how dare you?
Right. Well, Spanky's watching. What's up, Spanky? And then Misty and Heath and Estella and the sports bar and Misty are checking us out. Thanks for
Hi.
being here. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you. And I
Um,
get to see Spanky this weekend.
that's what you were saying because you have another concert. Hopefully, there's parking.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get that worked out easy.
Yep.
This will be easy, and it's outdoors, and we get to bring a blanket, and it's like a whole day kind of
That
music
sounds
jam
like a
thing.
way to get drunk and sunburnt.
Well, I am the color of that
you're
curtain behind me,
you're clear. You're
I
translucent.
I will be drenched in sunscreen, but I get to sit on the ground or on a blanket or in a nice comfy chair, so I'm not stressed. And if I don't want to be there anymore, I'll grab a Uber and leave.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. And there'll be beer.
There will be. There will be.
I like
And there's other ways of coping with pain. You have a little medicine if you need some. The
Oh, I have
little
that.
gummy
About,
bears or whatever or whatnots, if that's a
yeah.
necessity.
And they actually gave me really good pain meds, and I have taken next to none of them.
See, I avoid them.
I do too. I'm not big on narcotics.
He said
I
there
try
will be
not to.
beer. Heath Barlow is
There will be beer.
insisting there will be beer.
Yeah,
But
but you can put that on a shirt. There will be beer.
I feel like that already is a shirt somewhere.
I should have those made for my funeral one day when I'm like 95. Make my kids wear shirts that say there will be beer.
There better be beer.
Ugh.
But yeah, I mean, that sounds like a much more fun. I grew up probably one of the first 5 CDs I bought was Blood Sugar Sex Magic by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Pretty sure about it. The first CD I ever bought was this is so embarrassing. I used to think Gwen Stefani was just absolutely gorgeous. So No
So
Doubt,
you were a No Doubt fan?
No Doubt Tragic Kingdom was the first CD. The first actual CD that I bought with my own money. But the Chili Peppers were
cute.
that was Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and I think that was probably the second or third. That's back when you had to buy CDs and they were like $15 a piece, and that was like a lot of money. So
Okay, well, let me age myself.
Mhm.
I am pretty sure I have the Red Hot Chili Peppers on cassette.
Mhm.
So
I
There
had
you
that
go.
too. I absolutely had that too. I had a bunch of cassettes. My cousin
oh,
gave
I
my
still have
cousins.
a bunch.
I was the youngest. Well, my brother and I were the youngest of the cousins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we would get the kind of hand-me-downs from them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a couple of Chili Pepper CDs. That's why I bought or tapes. That's why I bought the
The
CDs.
CD.
hmm
You had to upgrade.
Yep. Well, I got a Discman. For something, my birthday or something. Yep. I got a Discman. I had a Walkman. I didn't have an actual Walkman. I had some poverty Sam's Choice Walkman or something that I got from fucking, I don't know, my grandma maybe. It was cool. I ran a lot back then.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was really cool to have a Walkman. And then I bought a Discman. Oh, might have been I think I was my first job. It might be one of the first things I bought. With my own money was an actual Sony
You're a
Discman.
big boy.
I was. Yep. I had a job. It's called setting trap. Do you know what trap shooting is? Where they have the arm and it shoots the clay pigeons out. Well, there's a teenage boy in that. Well, it might be a girl. I'm not going to be too sexist about it, but you have to put the little things on it every time. It spins around, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I broke plenty of thumbs and fucking fingernails and shit putting them on there. And yeah, it's pretty. Looking back, it's kind of archaic and dangerous. So they're pretty much automated now, but back then they weren't.
Yeah, I don't think I
And,
ever owned one. I don't remember ever owning one. I'm probably because I had children.
A trap shooter or a Discman?
Any of that stuff.
Yeah,
Because
they're
I
very
had kids. I
expensive,
was spending all my money on my children. When you
Ooh.
were buying those things for you, I was spending
He's-
money on my kids.
He said
so.
my first was In Excess. Listen to like thieves on vinyl.
Ooh. I saw NXS in concert once in the
I never-
80s.
I don't think I ever bought. The first vinyl records I ever purchased were like in March for my daughter because she got the kids want to listen to stuff on vinyl again.
And again, I will age myself. My first vinyl record was Sean Cassidy. If y'all don't know who that is, feel free to look him up. And then you'll know how old I am.
Yep.
So I did have that Boston record,
Ooh,
the one that has the
Mike-
spaceship on it.
Mike Griffith says we're younglings. His first purchase was the LP of Pink Floyd and then 8 tracks for his car.
I had 8 tracks because my first vehicle was an international travel all, and it had an 8-track player in it.
Nice.
And I had John Denver
Hmm?
on 8-track. that I
Everyone
used
had
to
John
listen
Denver
to.
on 8-track. I had John Denver on 8-track, and I didn't even fucking 8-track player. They magically
used to
fucking
listen to that.
appeared everywhere. Yeah.
I had John Denver, Led Zeppelin, and there was this guy that my dad really Charlie Pride
Yep.
on 8-track
Yep.
that I listened to all the time in high school. And so yeah, I'm a little old. Not real old, but I'm a little old.
You're mildly old. You're medium old.
I'm medium old. But I had an older brother and sister, And then of course my dad. And my dad was a big music guy. I mean, we listened to music all the time. So generally if I had that stuff, I had it because it was like his. And he was like, "Here, listen to this. You'll like it." And then, yeah, so
Nice.
for sure.
Molly. God. Wait, I didn't.
Ooh, Bob Marley. Somebody
Yes.
said Bob
I
Marley.
had, I went through a, I went through a Bob. I didn't really go through a Bob Marley stage. I used to bang a girl who loved Bob Marley, so I bought a Bob Marley CD. I had a couple. I had like his greatest hits, Legend or whatever. I had that one. I had a couple. It was all right.
We always just
I
kind
still
of
like Bob Marley upon occasion. I just didn't really. I didn't
like
smoke a
buy
lot of
his
weed.
music.
Why didn't I smoke a lot of weed?
He was always like our spring break go-to. Like
Yep.
you always pulled Bob Marley out when you went to the beach for spring break.
Yeah, his great his great beach. Well,
Oh,
he's fucking reggae music is great for beaches. It's
Oh,
also
yeah.
great for smoking weed, and I didn't do that. So
Yeah, I didn't either.
ooh, Sublime.
Not as a youngin. Oh, I love Sublime.
Yep.
Oh, Sublime's the bomb.
Yep.
Old
Trying to think what
Sublime.
else too we had. Green Day. I like Green Day. Ben Folds 5. See, I was kind of weird. I like Ben Folds 5.
See, I was a hairband girl. I was
Yeah.
a teenager in
I
the
was a little younger than
80s.
you. Yeah.
So the bands I really, really listened to in like junior high when I was like developing my own taste
Mhm.
were Rat, Cinderella, Bon Jovi, Poison, White Snake,
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
you know.
David Cunningham says Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yep.
Earth, yeah, well that's older. Earth,
Mhm.
Wind and Fire is older. But yeah. But my mother was classical music or like the Brat Pack,
Yeah.
and then my dad was country. So
Oh,
we
okay.
all kind of just ventured out on our own. So like I listened to a lot of country with my dad, a lot I listened to a lot of like Sinatra with my mom, and then later found my own kind of groove. And I've
Yeah.
just always kind of listened to a little bit of everything.
See, and
But
I
I'm still a
still,
country girl at
but you
heart.
know, I have like my phone now, right? Because
Mhm.
everyone just had everything on their phone, right?
Oh yeah.
So today on my drive home from work, there's four songs played
Mhm.
on my
Mhm.
ride home from work. Okay, the first one was Ludacris, "Move Bitch, Get Out the Way" by Ludacris.
Mhm.
My second one was Fleetwood Mac. Okay,
Mhm.
my third song was Grateful Dead, and my
Mhm.
last song was Charlie Robinson. Those are the four. So I mean, like it's pretty eclectic. Like you play,
Yeah.
you know, I just put my phone on random and just let her buck, you know. So I mean, it can be like fucking anything. Beach Boys. My mom was a huge Beach Boys fan, and so okay. So let me
I
rewind
love
back.
the Beach
I
Boys.
grew up in Iowa, and we would come out here to South Dakota every year for vacation. Right? It's like a 12. Back then, it was like a 16-hour drive because speed limits were bullshit. So my mom and dad would alternate. That my dad would get to pick a tape, and mom would get to pick a tape, and dad's would be like Little Feat, and then my mom's would be Beach Boys, and then my dad would play fucking Jimi Hendrix, and then my mom would play like Wilson Phillips or something. You know what I mean? So it would go back and forth. So that's what I grew up
Yeah.
listening to. It depended on who I was riding with, mom or dad, or both. And so you play some Beach Boys, I can jam to it. You play some fucking Jimi Hendrix, I can jam out to it. Like and anything in between, AC/DC, fucking you name it, I've got it. Anyone have a quad FM receiver back when FM was still new broadcast media? I don't know what that means, so I didn't have one. But I bet like everybody else wanted one.
I don't know.
Well, like the conversation we're having right now, I'm a little bit on the younger end of all you guys, which is fine. It's whatever. Like
When were you born?
80.
Okay, yeah. So you're 9 years
Mhm.
younger than
Yep.
I am.
And so I'm a little bit younger than like Heath and David Cunningham and them, and I'm apparently Mike as well. If you're talking about a
So
quad
let me
FM
let me
receiver, what is
tell you
that?
my
What's a quad FM receiver? I want to know this. I'll Google
quad
it.
FM.
I'll Google it. Hold on. Google.
So here's my recent playlist. This is what I listened to today on the way home from work. Jumpin' by Pitbull and Little John. Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor, Forget You by CeeLo Green, and Bye Bye Miss American Pie by Billy Cassidy. So that tells you I listen to everything. I
By
mean,
American Pie by
that's
whom?
Billy Cassidy.
Who the hell's that?
Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Bye Bye
Oh,
Miss
that
American
was
Pie. I
Don
don't know.
McLean,
That's
wasn't
who
it?
it's on.
Pretty sure it's Don McLean. I don't know who the fuck this Cassidy
Well,
kid
this
is.
says Billy Cassidy.
I don't know who the fuck that
Whoever
is.
I listened to this one specific version.
Apparently, I'm
I'm
younger
just
than
reading
Alicia.
it directly.
Apparently, I'm younger than Alicia as well. Sorry.
Did you know I made an actual playlist for the day that I had the uterus removed that I listened to on the way to the
you had
hospital?
you had Look at that. You had like a fucking a walkout tune.
I did. I have a playlist for the day that I had it removed, and I've got to read this to y'all. Okay, so I called it Yeetus,
Mhm.
the Yeetus playlist, and it was these songs: "Hit the Road, Jack,"
It's a good one.
"Bye Bye Bye," "Closing Time," "Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away," "Cherry Pie," "We're Never Ever Getting Back Together," "Sunday Bloody Sunday," "Forget You," and "Since You've Been Gone."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Mhm. My boss thought that was pretty damn funny. Yeah, my doctor thought it was funny too. He got a chuckle out of it. He was like, "You're kidding me." I was like, "No." He said, "Sunday Bloody Sunday, really?" And I'm like, "I think it's appropriate.
Well, I mean, it
I
wasn't
think
a
it's very
Sunday.
appropriate." Well, close enough.
Heath is still in excellent shape at 50.
I believe Heath has told us that before, and I am going to tell him the same thing I've told him before. Bragger.
Prove it. No, I'm just kidding.
He would too, I'll bet you. He'll be like,
Good. You know what? I'm
sending us
happy for
videos of
him.
him
I
doing
wish
push-ups.
I wish I was still like in good shape.
3
I
more
mean,
weeks and they
in
clear
all
me
fa-
back to go to the gym.
In all fairness, round is a shape. Okay, so
Yeah,
micro
true story. It
FM broadcast in a 4-channel format. If you had one, the music was recorded in the same format. That sound could spin around the room as it played. Really cool if you were having a Rasta holiday while listening. That does sound kind of neat. But okay, so it had to be broadcast and recorded, and your receiver all had to be in the same format, though. So if you don't get that buy-in from everybody along the line, it's got to be tough. So
Quad FM receiver.
I never seen one. I should. What up?
I bet my dad did. My dad was like real into that stuff. It was all about music. Like we had one of those big ass stereos that sat on the ground, but it had wheels and it had huge speakers, like huge speakers. And it had a record player on top, and then it had the dual cassette player, and then it had the radio, stereo, FM, AM, blah blah blah, whatever. And my
Mhm.
brother used to think it was hilarious on Saturday mornings when my parents would leave for whatever they would leave for, to put the speakers at the end of the hallway where he knew we couldn't when we came out of our rooms, we had to go down this hallway to get out of that part of the house.
Mhm.
And he would put the speakers there at the hallway to block our exit out of the house.
Mhm.
And he would put on Hell's Bells, like as loud as he could play it at like 6 o'clock in the morning
That's
to
fucking
wake us up.
funny. That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Mike, I was just
And so you
asking.
just hear like, it was hilarious. Well, now it's funny.
My alarm from on my phone for a long, like my wake my ass up alarm was the scream from Get Up Off of That Thing. You know that first when it first starts.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, that was my alarm. Mike, I just was asking if it was like, so it had to be all the things, like it had to be recorded and broadcast and then received all three in that format. And I feel like that was probably really difficult to get everyone on board with. So anyway, so fucking music, dude. I love music though.
Yeah.
Like, but
I
hold
do
on.
too.
I also appreciate silence. I also
I don't.
very
I
much
have
appreciate silence.
tinnitus.
Oh no, and that's why. That's why.
Oh no, I can't. I
I
can't.
no,
handle it.
here's the thing. I drove truck for a while, for a long time actually, for a
Mhm.
decade almost. And so like I have to like sometimes just turn the music off and just I can hear the engine and the wind and all that and be perfectly fine. Same with like
Well,
riding
I'm
my
cool in a
motorcycle.
car.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm in a vehicle, I
Yep.
like to roll the windows down and then just like listen to the noise. Or like if it's raining
Mm-hmm.
outside at night, I love to turn everything off but like my ceiling fan and just like listen to the outdoor sounds. But in a general setting, like at work, I have to have something on in the background. If I don't have something on, all I hear is just that, and it grates. It just drives me crazy.
See, and like I had to go to a thing. I didn't have to, but I went to a deal the other day, and it was at the school, at the middle school,
Hmm.
and it was like all the
Hmm.
kids they get assigned a country, and they have to make like a food and like dress up and like do a big thing, like if you for like all the countries, right? Not all
Hmm.
the countries, obviously, because there's not that many kids in the school, but I mean most countries, okay, and then make their
Yeah, yeah,
national food or not a national food, but something that's big there or whatever,
yeah.
and it's in the gym, okay,
Hmm.
and after about an hour of being in a gym.
Oh Lord, I can
I
imagine.
had the worst headache imaginable. Like I had to go like come home and like sit in the dark. Like
Because it's
kind of
like
headache.
sensory overload.
Well, it's just but okay, so my ringing in my ears like sometimes is fine and sometimes is like really bad.
Yeah. And sensory overload like that, too much going on. And if you're in the gym and you've got that echo effect, I can
Mhm.
imagine that would have
Yep.
like been unnerving.
What's been getting me and
Ugh.
I've been alleviating this with like music. I just turn my phone on at work. But I have a pretty small office. It's probably about 8 by 10 is my office,
Mhm.
and I'll close it all up so I can try to like concentrate and get work done. Then my tinnitus goes crazy, and I get like a really bad headache, and I gotta like turn the lights off and
Uh,
shit. It's getting really bad. I probably should
uh,
like see about getting uh like hearing aids or something. But I've been getting
yeah.
like really bad headaches from it, and I'm thinking
Yeah, I
like I
bet.
should probably go to the VA and have them look at it. I mean, granted, it's like, oh well, here's some fucking. I'll probably give me pain meds or antidepressants. Here's some antidepressants for your headaches.
Well,
Fucking suck it up.
they put me on a daily preventative for my headaches,
Yeah,
which actually, believe it or not, has done a lot for my tinnitus.
really.
Yeah.
Hmm. I'm gonna
And
try it.
I mean, it's worked. The first few weeks I was on it, it kind of messed with your taste buds. So it makes anything carbonated taste weird
Yep.
at first.
Causes
But
right.
once you get past that first like 3 weeks kind of deal, everything tastes normal again.
Hmm.
And I haven't been getting the headaches
Is it
as
kind of like
bad, and
coronavirus?
my
Or
tinnitus doesn't.
everything tastes
Kind of,
funny and then
not
it's
quite.
fine again. Kaz says clean socks and Motrin will help with that. And his ambient
Cleans.
outdoor noises are sirens. That sounds like not a problem. Maybe a problem. Depends if you're causing sirens.
Well, if you live in a big city, I
That's
imagine
not well.
ambient
Yeah,
outdoor noise is sirens.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe, maybe
you
not.
just get used
Maybe
to it after a while. I think
I can drown my
I did.
children out, so if it's
I used to
anything
live in
like
White
that.
Settlement. Didn't even hear the sirens after a while. Just get
Sounds like
used to
my
it.
son and his obnoxious. He changed his alarm on his phone because his old alarm wasn't waking him up anymore, and then he changed it again because the new alarm was giving him anxiety. I don't know why. I don't ask questions. I'm just like, okay. So he came up with this new one, and it's really obnoxious. I'll have to get it for you to play sometime. But he sleeps all the way through it. I hear it all the way across the house. Wakes me up, doesn't wake him up right in his room next to his head.
That's fucking weird.
I don't how can people sleep through like obnoxiously annoying crazy sounds? I don't get that. I'm not that good of a sleeper, I guess. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't.
But he can also sleep through a hurricane, so
You know, I go through the gambit. Some nights I sleep really well, and like last night I didn't sleep for shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hate nights when I can't sleep. I enjoy sleep and food. It's my jam.
Mike Griffith says, look through those medical records if you can connect loss or ear ringing, possible upping that disability rating. I got 10% for tinnitus
I did
or
too.
hearing loss, one of the two. I have both
Yeah.
on my thing, and one is rated at 0 and one's rated at 10. And I was told
Yeah,
you only
same
get
with me.
10 for one or the other.
Yeah. And then they told me that they're no longer rating tinnitus because now they have good hearing protection, and so you
Oh.
shouldn't get tinnitus because you are afforded and given the correct hearing
Yeah,
protection.
well,
So
first
they are
off,
no longer rating it.
apparently they didn't see that lawsuit thing going around. Secondly, they should go work on a flight line for a while
Yeah.
with plugs and
Or
muff.
with a field artillery unit
Mhm,
like
go,
I did.
Go out. Yep, I did both. That was great.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
go out there
fabulous.
with plugs and muffs and go stand next to an APU for a minute or an APE, and then see how well that doubling up fucking works for you.
Yeah, my grandfather retired after 32 years, and the VA refused to pay for his hearing aids. And what did that man do his entire military career? Oh, let's see. He was Air Force and he worked on airplanes.
Yep.
And then they tried to tell him it wasn't service connected.
Yeah. Well, and
Excuse me? The fuck it wasn't.
well, and in all fairness, hearing aids have come around quite a bit.
They're amazing. My mom's hearing aids are so teeny tiny.
One of the
And
guys
she can hear anything now.
One of the guys
She
I used
hates
to work
wearing
with,
them.
they have like Bluetooth to them now. You can just like hook your phone up to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want fucking hearing aids just for
Freaking
that.
awesome.
David Cunningham was wondering if anyone's gotten any money back from the 3M lawsuit. I think
I
the
don't
only
know. I
people
didn't sign up for it.
I didn't either. I kind of just was like, fuck it, whatever. But I really think the people who got money for that are the lawyers. I think they're the ones who got the checks.
I keep getting people asking me if I signed up for it, but I never signed up for it.
Yep, the lawyer said. Did you see there's a Facebook one too? Did you get those alerts on your Facebook?
I get them all the time from all different things.
Yeah. What's up, Lance? What's going on, man?
Between the earplugs and the Camp Lejeune, there's
the Camp was. I was never stationed
all the
there.
emails and me neither. I have friends that were. Well, you.
I was
and
through there. I was
other
never stationed there. I was through there. I mean, I was there a couple for
Did
like.
you drink the water?
No. I mean, probably. Whatever. Is it any worse than the water in Iraq? Like was in those fucking plastic bottles that baked in the sun? Fuck. I
No,
don't-
probably
just
not.
Whatever. Probably not. It's whatever.
Considering I picked up a parasite in Egypt from the water, and
Oh.
it was bottled.
Yep.
It was bottled water.
Well,
and I
that fucking
still-
water sat out like in the desert for like ever, just getting baked. All of the plastic
Yeah.
baking into it.
Yeah,
Whatever. I
could've
don't
been
even
good.
care. It's whatever. Like Haas said,
It's-
the lawyers are the ones who get the fucking money. They're not going to give me anything. And even if they're like, oh, burn pits, and then then they're going to be like, we're not actually going to put any money towards that. We're just going to say there's a registry. Tight. Cool.
Right. We're gonna register you just so we know when you go.
Yep. God, there's like 3 guys in my battery that fucking died already from like weird cancers and shit. Like they're like in their 30s and they're like dead from some weird fucking cancers. And they're like, oh, it's fine. Yeah. 30-year-olds always die from cancer. Oh yeah, sure. Of course they do.
I got a buddy that died in his early 30s, and I've got another buddy. Her and I were together at Hood, and she deployed, and she has some crazy cancer now that she's still fighting.
Yep.
And we know it. And we were chemical corps.
Mhm.
We know it was something military. I mean, that's all she was ever around, and she's only in her 30s.
Yep.
So.
Lance just got confirmation that his freshman year is over and he's moving up on his sophomore year. Cool. Good job, buddy.
Yay, Lance!
Good job, man. Oh, well, my daughter graduated last weekend. Did we talk
I
about that?
saw that.
Mhm.
You had your little graduation going
We
on.
did. We had a little graduation party,
Aw.
and then my youngest daughter turned 7 this weekend,
Oh,
so a little party for her too, and
man.
tie-dyed some shirts and whatnot. Speaking of Bob Marley, we tie-dyed some shirt this weekend in my yard. So It was funny. My wife and I were
fun.
talking about that. Okay, so it started out. My daughter had this tie-dye shirt in her dresser, right?
Mhm.
I was getting a little small for her, and it was a hand-me-down. Like all the kids have had this shirt. And what's going on, Ojo? OJO? OJO Deo. What's up, buddy?
Ojo Deo.
Anyway,
Deo?
so we're like, well, we'll make some more. I went to the store and I got some shirts, I got some tie dye and stuff. And my wife was talking about when she was like in her hippie phase, and
Mhm.
she like would like get berries and fucking flowers and shit, make her own dye for tie dyeing shirts. And I was talking to her, and that was exactly the same time I was in Afghanistan, like fucking going to war. And her hippie ass was like finding berries to fucking tie dye sarongs and shit. So
Dick's talking shit about you again.
it's always a shock when Radar's offspring graduates, proves they didn't get his smarts. Hey, it was my stepdaughter. My two daughters are supposed to graduate the next 2 years. So
So we still have our fingers crossed on those.
we do. We're still, we're touch and go. So actually,
Yeah,
you know what?
my
And
grandson's got to go to summer school, so that tells you something about my offspring's offspring.
I will say that honestly, my we thought she was dumb. I love my daughter, but we thought she was dumb. And she was in like, she had like 2 study halls and like an IEP and stuff because she was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then now she's like going to be in like calculus and shit. She's actually like smart.
Good for her.
Yeah.
She just was having a moment. We all have moments.
Well, and she kind of, when her mom died, she got a lot of stuff like handed to her. It was very much a learned
Mhm.
helplessness thing. And it's
Mhm.
whatever, shit happens. We're like, everyone's like, well, hey, your mom just died. Like, we'll take care of your shit.
Hey, they did that to me my junior year when
Mhm.
my dad died.
Yep.
They were just like, "Oh, poor girl, her dad died here. Let's
Yep.
pass her."
Right.
Mm.
Howdy, Felicia. How are you? She said hello.
Hello.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's lots of graduations going on here this week in my town.
really? Ours was
Yeah,
like
I
last
think
week.
last-
We had a lot.
Last day
week
of
down here.
school for my grands is tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, our
Yeah, so
the last day here is Friday for everybody. The kids that were the graduation was last weekend. Graduates always get out a little bit early because they're like, fuck it.
yeah. Well,
And
they have all the weird stuff they have to do.
Well, and let's be honest too, like we're really surprised that half those kids even showed up that last semester. They're fucking seniors in high school, dude. Like no one ever asked anything from them.
Yeah, once they're done with their finals, they pretty much,
Yep. His
And you
oldest
live
is
in a
senior next
smaller
year.
town,
I do. And so
so yeah.
Dick's oldest is a senior next year. Nice. Good job, buddy.
Oh, yay. See, and my oldest grandson's going to be in the 7th grade next
Ooh.
year. I got his email from his athletics coach for next year because he's going into golf.
Mhm.
So yeah, they're like, yeah, golf tryouts are in February. So here's the names of golf people in the local area to help him work on everything over the summer. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, he'll be in summer school. So
Nice. Well, David
He feels
Cunningham says his son just graduated from Columbia with a master's. That's cool.
what?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then Dick's youngest is in 5th grade. He may have to pawn that one to cash out early. Mine's in 2nd, brother. Mine goes to 2nd grade next year. She's in 1st grade this year.
I don't know how y'all do it. Mine.
Oh,
Are,
no, nope,
Well,
I don't wanna do
I
it.
did do it a long, long time ago. I did it. All of mine are graduated and becoming parents and whatnot. My daughter, she leaves Alaska like next week.
Oh, and where's she going again? Where's she going?
Paducah, Kentucky.
That's right.
She's going to a Coast Guard unit on the Ohio River. She's very excited. And they announced on Facebook they are official homeowners. They bought their
Nice.
first house. So they even have a house that they're going to.
Well, that's good. Good
Very
for them. Good
Yeah,
for
she
them.
said she's ready to get to the lower 48 and thaw out.
I bet. Especially
Ready for
she's-
4 full seasons.
Mm-hmm. Lance said it's bullshit. He can relate to that. Child should get maybe a week to recover and cope before going back, as I've had that happen to me. My father it died, and it was typical bullshit. Also, sorry. Here's your pack. Get back to work. Fuck that. I get that. I mean, like my daughters, well, their mom died in like end of March, and so it was kind of like the school year was kind of wrapping up anyway by the time the funeral and everything was over. So they were just kind of like they coasted through that year, and then there was some issues with them kind of going through their shit. It's whatever. Hey, they're gonna graduate and be good now. When a man loves a woman, next thing you know, they learn from the wife what cash smells like and can sniff it in your pocket from the driveway.
What?
I don't know. Dick just said that. That doesn't make any sense. What's up, Pookie?
Dick, you're a weirdo.
Pookie's here. What's up, buddy? And Heath's
Hi,
young.
Pookie.
Heath's youngest is going into first grade. Ooh, dog.
Yeah, he's still got a little one.
Yeah, he spread them out. He said 8 years apart. All of them is 8 years apart.
Because Keith's youngest is the same age as my granddaughter's going into first grade. I have a granddaughter going into first grade.
Well, and I think I figured out why my wife wants. We're talking about puppies earlier, and we're getting another one. And I think, my youngest, her mom is pregnant. Yeah, I was like, ooh, that sucks, dude. That's all about it. She's younger than me, but not by much. I think she'll be 40 this year. I remember right, and she's fitting to have a baby. Like, whew. Oh, good for you.
No, thank you. No babies after 40.
Oh, I didn't want any babies after. Well, 19-year-old Radar didn't. 19-year-old Radar didn't want any babies at all, and they just kept fuck coming because Radar wasn't smart. Radar tried getting his shit snipped when he was like 21, though, and they wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, my brother and his wife. Let's see. My brother is 50, and his wife is 46, and their daughter is 4.
Wow.
They had fertility problems. It took a long time.
Doesn't matter. After a while, just be like, fuck it. I'm just going to go golf. I'm going to go fishing. Whatever. I'm going to buy a dog.
They are great parents, though. They are way better parents than I was.
Well,
when
and
I
that's
had
just, that's the
mine.
other thing, too, is I'm a horrible parent. My kids will tell you that. They don't pull any punches. I'm just not very good at it.
Oh, I'm a great parent. I'm just a different parent.
Pookie says he's glad he doesn't have any kids. He doesn't have the mental capacity to deal with that, especially these days. You know what, brother? I get it, man. These fucking
That's
kids.
because you're a raccoon.
These motherfucking
Pookie is
kids.
a raccoon. He just wants to dig in a dumpster and roll around and eat food and be hairy and fat.
Dick said, I'm not that bad. They're all still alive. Most of them.
Yeah, see? As long as they're alive. Mine aren't in jail. They're not addicted to anything illegal. They all have jobs. None of them cuss me out in a bad way. I'm winning. And yeah, I'm winning.
Heath had his first at 28. I had my first at 18. No, 20. 20. I was 20 when he was born, but just barely.
I was 19, 20, 23, and 25. Yeah.
Yeah. Sucks.
I just knocked them all out.
I should have just not had kids. I'm not that good at it.
Oh, apparently you are.
No, I'm not.
They love you.
Mine don't love me. You fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
No, they really don't. They was trying to get me to like go do shit. Like there was like, hey, don't you have to like to go get some milk or something? I was like, what?
Well, you saw mine earlier. I needed help with something, and he's like, "You figured it out on your own. You need my help." Oh, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
He's so nice.
He's loving and caring.
Yeah, very. Yeah,
Oh,
loving.
my kids just they're.
I mean, he's 28 and he won't leave home, so I guess he likes me.
Okay, there you go. I didn't have all my because Jimmy's deployed still, or not deployed. He's still in Germany. But we had this last weekend because Tori graduated, and so we had her older brother Mac and his fiance Matilda were here, and Mac and Matilda are coming back from college for the summer so they can work and make money.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. They're not gonna make any fucking money. I already know how this is gonna play out. I already know how it's gonna play out. They're gonna. Well, they're okay. So they got out of school like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't worked a fucking lick in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then they are going, and they're taking Tori. So the three of them are going, and then another friend of theirs is going to fucking Michigan for like 2 weeks. And then they'll be back like sometime in the middle of June.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to be back like the beginning of August. So they're going to have like 6 weeks to try to make some money. And I'm like, you guys aren't going to make any fucking money. You're going to blow it all on fucking dumb shit. Why are you going on all these fucking trips and bullshit? But I really want, we're young and we deserve a vacation. You don't deserve shit. Get to fucking work. You don't deserve a fucking thing. I can't even go on vacation.
I deserve vacation. I went back to work.
Yeah.
After a week after surgery.
I wanted to take
I
a
deserve
vacation. Oh, I shouldn't hit the desk so hard. I wanted to go on vacation this week. My mom retired today.
Aw,
And I wanted to go
happy
back.
retirement.
Yeah, I want to go back and watch my mom retire, but no, I got to work so I can pay my fucking kids' car payments so they can go to fucking Michigan and not do shit.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Fucking kids. Fuck them kids.
Yeah.
I love that
Pookie,
song,
you can't.
by the
I wish we
way.
could do that shit. Pookie said my mom used to snatch me up when I was acting a fool. Says I brought you in this world. I'll take you out. Fuck yeah.
I tell mine that all the time.
Fuck yeah. Musa DD214 for life, son. Wrap up in that
Woo-woo.
DD214 blanket. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know. My fuck kids, they don't give a shit. They're like, oh, well, that'll pay our insurance. That'll pay our fucking car payments. That'll do all the shit. I told them. I fucking because they're gonna. Okay, so the one who graduated, Tori.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna go up and they're gonna live together. Tori and Mac and Matilda and a couple other friends. They rented a house,
Mm-hmm.
and I told them flat the fuck out. I was like, I cannot afford your rent. I
Yeah.
cannot afford your rent. If you guys are going to fuck around, you are going to fucking live in your car or go back to the dorms. But I don't give a fuck. I cannot afford your rent. I cannot afford fucking $1,500 a month rent for you guys to not fucking do anything. So figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Cunningham. I
Work at
remember during the
Taco
school
Bell,
year,
dude.
we had to work to get new clothes for the next school year. Fuck yeah, we did. Fuck yeah, we did.
Mhm.
I worked the summer between my freshman and sophomore years when I set trap, and then the rest of the time I was in high school, I was a lifeguard, and I made mediocre money. I made great money for being like fucking 16 years old. I made all right money, a couple grand. Bought me my fucking shit. Bought me a Discman. And fucking No Doubt Tragic Kingdom, and I was good. So,
Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
remember
my
not
kids,
having a job.
my kids will spend $30 a day on coffee. $30 a fucking day on coffee.
They don't know how to make that shit at home.
Fuck no, they don't. Well, they do, but
They just
go
refuse.
fucking hang out
They
at
wanna
a
go
coffee shop.
Arby's.
Mm-hmm.
No,
They got fucking
not mine.
$7 in their fucking checking account.
I have very frugal children. Well, one of them's not. But I mean, it's her money, so whatever. I'm not paying for her shit,
Yeah,
so I don't care
well.
what she does.
Dick said, tell him to go work at Academy and get free jeans. Hey, my kids don't fucking, there's no Academy up here. Sorry about it. David Cunningham said his first job was McDonald's. I know a lot of people that their first job
Mine
was
was
McDonald's.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
And I hated it, and I came home smelling like it, and I whined my dad,
Oh my God.
and so he let me quit.
My daughter, Jocelyn, was working at, it's called Qdoba. You have those down there, Qdoba. It's like a little Mexican joint, burrito bowl place or whatever. And she would get in the fucking car to go pick her up after work, and she fucking stink. And I'm like, could roll my windows down. I don't give a shit if it's 20 below. You cannot get my car smelling like that.
Yeah, dude, Mexican places are the worst places to work.
Mm.
You smell so bad.
Musa
So I
said,
cried to my dad about it and said I didn't like to stink, and so he let me quit and find another job. I've never worked in food again, ever.
yeah, I never worked in food. I lucked out. I never had to work in food. Musa said his first job was mechanic apprentice. Alicia's
Nice.
Pizza Hut. He said he bought his oldest 3 cars in 3 years. Fuck that. Fuck that.
My kids have all got their own first vehicle. I've been lucky with that too.
Her oldest got kind of so before my wife and I got together, she gave her oldest a car, but because he was the other driver, you know what I mean. It was she was single, needed somebody else to like run all the kids fucking places and do all the shit, so she bought him a car, right? He has fucking broke since we've been together, he's on his like 4th car.
Yike.
And the other ones, well, Rachel got her mom's car, her dead mom's car, wrecked it the first day. The very first day she had her license, like backed into somebody and wrecked the car.
Yike.
My other daughters, Tori, the one who just graduated, and Jocelyn, the next one, all saved up. And what we did was like a program, kind of like I'd match them up to $1,000. So Jocelyn saved up like $2,500 or $1,500, bought a car for $2,500, and I covered the other grand.
Oh, there you go.
Musa said his best job was translator. I thought that was cool. I thought that was a really cool job. Pookie made pizza dough at a place and used to smell like beer all the time. And David Cunningham said his first car was a Pinto station wagon. Dude, that's fucking tight. I would love a Pinto station wagon until they blew up. Whatever. But yeah, so the kids who have saved up money and taken care of their shit, like, have done a really good job. Now, Mac's car, actually the one he's driving now, was my wife's old car, and we still owed like $3,500 on it. And I'm still paying that. He's given us like $500 in the 2 years he's had the car. And then Tori's car, so I had a car, I had a Buick that we traded in for her, and she was supposed to pay us back, and she paid us like, I don't know, like $800 or something like that. Of the $8,000 she's supposed to pay us. So, but I mean, she can afford $30 worth of coffee a day. So there's that. Whatever. I don't really care. They'll fucking figure it out, or they won't. Either way, there will be. You know what I mean? Kids.
And our kids are all still pretty young,
and they don't even realize like what it. They don't understand. Well, I didn't buy anything. Oh, well, did you buy coffee? Did you buy McDonald's? Did you buy this? You DoorDashed. They'll DoorDash like a large fry from McDonald's. It's 2 fucking blocks away, and they'll DoorDash a large fry from McDonald's.
So they're buying the fries, plus they're paying somebody to drive it
and then
to their
paying
house.
for the tip and shit. Yep. So they bought $2 fries, cost them $10. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, cook at home. Fuck, I would love if they cook at home. I cook at home.
No.
But they have money, right? And they don't realize that $10 in fries or that fucking $30 in coffee or whatever the fuck they want to buy. They don't realize that's what's costing them money. They're like, why didn't I buy anything?
I don't know where all my money goes.
I don't know where my money goes. Oh, look at your shit. Yeah, $30 a day is $900 a month. I know, Pookie. That's what I'm saying. But they don't understand that.
Get it.
They don't get that shit. They'll buy 5 cups of coffee at $6 a cup. They don't care. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't even think about it. They're like, well, I'm broke. I don't know where my money went. Fucking there it went.
They'll learn. Mine learned.
Fucking Rachel like had to pull the last 40 cents out of her checking account to buy a cup of coffee the other day. Fuck it.
Oh, well, that's what you get.
Well, then they overdraft.
Oh God.
So Rachel like overdraft to get a cup of coffee or like something like that, or a fucking Mountain Dew.
And then wonders why it costs her $30 for a cup
Mhm.
of coffee. Yeah, because you overdrafted it, you dipshit.
Yep, $900 a month saved into an IRA until they are 40 is massive cash. I told them that. I fucking told them that. I went through all that math with them. I was like, look, you will retire a fucking multimillionaire just in the money you spent on coffee and fucking fast food. I have told them that and done the math and showed them all the things. And they're, oh, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Absolutely. But you know what? I got the same fucking talk when I was their age, and I'm pretty sure I had the same response.
Yeah.
Heard that Gen Z will live to 100 because they will not have any health problems from performing manual labor. I wonder. That's an interesting question. Because I would say yes to that, because they're not going to have any injuries. They're not going to have any, but they're also not going to have any, they're also going to be fat, ridiculous, lazy fucking lumps. I see how unhealthy, half my kids are like athletes, and the other half are the most unhealthy
slugs.
Yeah. Honestly, my one who's the biggest athlete is probably the least healthy as far as like what he eats. my one who's like the soccer superstar, he will only
Kind
eat.
of like I'm thin, so I can eat whatever I
Yeah,
want.
it's like
kinda
pancakes.
mentality.
He'll come home. He'll come home from practice and be like, my fucking my calves hurt, my thighs hurt. I just got all these cramps. Eat a banana. I don't like bananas. Okay, well, I don't fuck don't tell you. Whatever.
Yeah, we
Drink
have a
water.
solution.
Drink
You
water.
refuse
He's like,
to
oh
do
my,
it.
I just want, well, fucking drink a glass of water. I don't like water. I'm gonna put Gatorade powder in it. And then he fucking puts like 5 scoops of Gatorade powder in a fucking glass of water. So he's like,
Oh,
he has
that's
to like
nice
chew his
sodium.
fucking Gatorade. I'm like, all
Jeez.
that salt, dude. And he'll like he's fucking ridiculous. But the other ones too, like I said, they'll just sit around and drink fucking lattes and eat fucking large fries. Eat an orange. Yeah, good luck. Get my kid eating an orange. I'm trying. I'll buy them. I'll say, well, water and homebrew coffee. Fuck yeah. I don't know. Like I get all of it.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Hey, just think though, one day they'll be in their 30s and then they'll be doing this with their own children. I don't know what the problem is. They just keep coming to me and they're like, I don't know where all my money goes. Well, I know
love
where
this.
all your money goes.
I love this. Mike said, I just had a conversation with my 20-year-old son who started working as an EMT. Told him if he could save $1,000 a month and prove it was not being spent as he went, he could live at home rent-free for 24 months. He would then have $24,000 to put down on a starter home and build equity instead of paying rent and have nothing to show for it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll do that for my
good
kids.
deal.
I'll absolutely do that for my kids. I'd actually, you know what? I'd have them pay me the rent and then I'd put it into like an account for them. Put it into a
So
savings account.
my ex-husband did something similar.
Mhm.
So my son has a job.
Yep.
He lives with me. He pays rent. He pays his phone. His interest. He gives me the money for groceries. If I need anything extra, he gives it to me.
Mhm.
He has, however, not been good about building up a savings.
Yep.
So his engine in his vehicle went kaput.
Mhm.
He needed a new engine. So he went to his dad. His dad's like, all right, not a problem. I'll pay for the engine. You're going to have to pay me back.
Yep.
Monthly installments, not a problem. What he did not know was that what his dad did with the money is every time he paid his dad's taken that and put it into an interest-bearing account.
Mhm.
Once he's completely paid his dad off, his dad is now going to take that money in that account, show it to him, and tell him, okay, look, now you have this savings built up. Now, what I want you to do is to continue to take that same amount of money that you've been giving me every month that you haven't been spending, you haven't been touching, you haven't been doing anything with, and just continue to have it deposited into this account and continue to have the savings because now that you have it, you have this chunk of change and it's continuing to build, you just continue to use it and you don't touch it.
Yep.
And then now you'll have the savings built and you'll have this money and then you can use it to go on a vacation when you want to, or in case something like this comes up again. Now, he doesn't know about it yet because he hasn't finished paying his dad back yet. But his dad came to me and said, what do you think about this idea? Let's use this as a teaching, thing. And I
Yep.
was like, works for me. Sounds great.
Yep.
So that's
Absolutely.
what his dad's done.
That's
Yeah. And he
great.
has no idea he's going to have this, like $4,000 plus whatever the interest is on it. Once he's done paying his dad, he has no idea that he's going to have this savings account that his dad set up for him all ready to go.
Yep.
And now my son is autistic.
Mhm.
He's on the spectrum. He has Asperger's. He will always live with me. I am fine with that. He is fine with that. His dad gets it. Everybody gets it. But we've got to teach him in ways that he can understand and get.
Right.
And I think that's a great idea. Do what works for you, for your family, for your kids
Yep.
to help them.
Absolutely. Pookie
Yeah,
said
I think that's a great idea.
some IRAs do matching as well. Yeah. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I always
Because my 26-year-old is general manager of a Domino's,
Mhm.
owns his own home. He bought it at 23. He makes good money. He's already bought he owns 2 vehicles. I mean, he's great. But each person learns differently. He hasn't always been great. But he's great now.
Right.
But then I've got an older kid who's not so great with money.
Right.
But she's learning, and they all learn in different speeds. But whatever we can do to help them, I'm all for.
Pookie said he lives in a college town, and around graduation time, a bunch of houses go up for sale. The parents are parents are buying homes and charging rent for their kids' roommates, and then selling and taking that equity and getting free school out of it. That's genius.
Hey,
Dave Cunningham said he invested in Roth IRAs, been putting money in them since age 20. He's now at the age where he can take money out of them tax free. Yeah, I wish I'd have been doing that.
hell
honestly.
yeah. I wish I had done that. I was horrible. I did not start saving until probably about 5 years ago. And I wish I had done it sooner.
Yep, I wish I would have too. Mike Griffith said he ambushed his son into his first job. He asked the manager of the local Pizza Hut if they were hiring, and when his son was with me picking up pizza, once he got his own money in his pocket, he started to realize how the world works. Absolutely. My daughter Jocelyn is like that. When she started working, and if she has a goal, she can save money. Like when my daughter first started working, 2 summers ago, she wanted a new iPhone. Worked all summer, saved up money, paid cash for a new iPhone 13 Plus or Pro or whatever it was then at the time. And then she kind of blew her money, went through her money for a while, and then when she come time to save up for a car, she saved up like $1,500 in like 2 months. She saved up like when she has her idea, when she wants something, she will save the money. But if she doesn't have anything she like has a goal for, she just blows it. So yeah,
Well,
Pookie said
when
he wished
she's
he would have
older
jumped.
and out of the house, she'll always have a goal. It's called bills.
Yeah, no shit. Pookie said he wished he would have jumped in that TSP when he first joined the Army. Yep, me too.
Now, I had TSP while I was in.
Did
and
ya?
I had good money in TSP while I was in. And when I got out, I cashed it out and I lived off of that until I was able to get a place to live and have, I mean, it paid for a lot when I first got out.
I'll date myself here. When I first went in the Marine Corps, we bought savings bonds. We didn't have TSP. We had savings bonds.
That's right.
And you had to
I
pull,
remember
they
those
pulled it out of
days.
your fucking check. And then I did. And then like one day I was just, this is like fucking, I was already in the Army. And I get this big ass envelope in the mail. Like, what the fuck is this? And it was all my fucking savings bonds. Marine Corps finally was like, we should mail them to him. I completely forgot about them. Yeah. Like fucking 20 grand in savings bonds. It was great.
I cashed out my TSP when I got out, and I got a nice chunk of change to help me until all my disability got fixed, and I got a job, and I was able to, be on my own working again. So TSP helped me out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and I don't know. I think it's a really good program, and I wish I would have. What was
I'm
that?
just smacking things. That was me. I hit my microphone.
Dave Cunningham says Veep. Are you talking about the Vic educational stuff? I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's a little bit after 7, a little bit after 8 your time. What about we go for about a 10-minute break? How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Cool. Well, we will see everybody in about 10 minutes or so. So
see you in 10.
All right. I'll see you.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Original song of ours called She Devil. Hope you guys like it. Watching her walking down the dusty street. She's got long dark hair down to her dirty feet. Now I got a real good feeling from the look in her eyes, like she knows that I'll be going home with her tonight. Club to club dancing, cheek to cheek on that damn scratching and my mind is racing so slow. Devil woman won't let me go. Now I became a one-man show. Devil woman won't let me go. I became a one-man show. Devil woman won't let me be. Can't get her up off her knees. Devil woman won't let me go. I became a one-man show. Devil woman won't let me be. Won't let me be. Let me be. Now we're all dancing in the street, room to a sexy beam. Love's running in our eyes, looking like a bunch of spies. Feeling like a captive slave to the art that we create. If you're feeling the love inside, then let me see you all get down. Every time I come around, the woman won't let me go. I became a one-man show. The woman won't let me be. Can't get her up off her knees. The woman won't let me go. I became a one-man show. The woman won't let me be. Let me be. Let me be. Let me be. Thank you all so much. Shrouded in sanctuary, I
draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. $10 short and 1 day late. That's all I've ever been to you. But oh, that happy feeling when my love flew through the ceiling and I was freed from your burning memory. Said don't cry for me, sweet Annalie. You know you're the keeper of the stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I flew from the gutter into the arms of another, and for a while she made me feel alright. But in a crazy blunder, your love took me back under. Now I'm tied to those shackles and chains. Said don't cry for me, sweet Annalie. You know you're the keeper of the stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. It took me to unwind, and now I'm right back from where it began. How old will I be when you finally set me free, and the sun shines on my heart again? Said don't cry for me, sweet Annalie. You know you're the keeper of my stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart.
Hey everybody,
Hi.
what's up? Musa said he
Hey.
loves that track. That is that song is called that one is the Humbletown Band song called Annalie. That is a buddy of mine. He's him and his wife. They got a little bluegrass band they play out here. So Sioux Falls,
Nice.
Black Hills into Wyoming. I think they have a couple shows in Colorado coming up too. So yeah, it's good
I
stuff.
need to get my buddy's music. I finally got back in touch with him, and he's playing Friday at the local place that I hang out at called Billy's, and they're called the Clever Name Band. And I need to get his stuff to you so that you can play some of their music.
Yeah, I would love to. I would absolutely love to. And if anybody listening has like a veteran,
And he's a veteran.
Yep. But if anyone, I don't have to be a veteran. If it's a good little local band that's not like copyrighted, so we don't have to pay any royalties because we can't pay royalties.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if it's royalty free and it's a good little band, I love playing music for people that get them that exposure. Like I said, that's a little local band from around here. They're really good. So yeah, if you know anybody like that, shoot. And if they have to have good quality recordings. Caveat to that, like not some garage stuff that's like recorded on their phone. Like give me some good stuff and I'll play it. Absolutely. So.
Ooh.
Let's see here. Speaking of that, just talked to my wife on break. We're going camping. Well, chance thunderstorms all weekend.
We had rain here like crazy.
No, we had it's like a 50% chance of storms like every day. Like in the 10-day thing. Something like that. I don't know.
It's been raining here a lot.
Shit.
Shockingly.
Well, now it's saying Friday and Saturday, 80% chance of storms.
Oh, I didn't even look because our tickets are like rain or shine. They're playing.
Oh,
so
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They're playing. Fuck yeah, they are.
The freaking weather for this weekend. I guess maybe I could do that, huh? Let's see. 30%.
Well, they're
That's only
saying
30%.
they're saying out
chance.
by the lake it's down to 60%.
Huh?
Ooh, Kevin wants to know what he can import from cheap. Who's had crazy windstorms? I love it.
Like we're hooking you up with him.
Mm-hmm.
See, well, where I'm going to Round Rock, they don't have any chance of rain Saturday or Sunday.
Nice. There you go.
And the highs are in the 80s. Oh, it'll be a good weekend.
See, that's what mine's saying. Highs in the 80s, and then like now go up by the lake where I'm going. Want to go camping? It's like 60% chance of storms, 60 and 70% chance of storms. But you know what? As a camper, I live in a camper. I don't live in a camper, but I camp in a camper.
You camp in a
camp in a
You don't
camper.
Camp in a tent.
Fuck that. Yeah, I slept in a tent for too long. I'm too old for that shit. I got bad back, bad knees. Fuck that. I'm staying in a camper. Let's see.
I don't camp out in the wilderness. I camp in something.
Musa said he had 100-mile-an-hour wind 2 weeks ago. Fuck that.
Where the hell do you live?
Oh shit. Yeah, glamping. Yeah. Fuck yeah, it's glamping. I can poop inside and I have a generator and I fucking will sit there and drink beer and catch fish. That's what it's about. I don't want to. He said Texas.
Texas? 100 mile. What part of Texas had 100-mile-an-hour wind?
Probably the windy part.
Yeah, apparently. Somewhere where it's flat.
Well, I mean, I bet West Texas gets 100-mile-an-hour winds. Pretty.
Oh, I'm sure. It had to have been in East or West Texas.
Yeah.
I can't
East
imagine.
Texas, there's he said, C.G. David said Conroe.
Well, that's north.
That wasn't Musa though. That was
Conroe, northeast.
Yeah, it's
Conroe, northeast. Is that northeast?
Yes. It's not too far from DFW, I think.
Yeah. It's
Pookie says he goes camping like a caveman. Fuck that. I don't want to do that. And
Pookie, you are a caveman.
But he lives like where there's like snakes and shit. Kevin said it's windy in Oklahoma because Kansas sucks and Texas blows. Oh, get it.
I hate Oklahoma. I lived there for too long.
I don't even like driving through Oklahoma.
I was stuck at Fort Sill for 2 years. No,
Cross Canadian ragweed is the only good thing to come from Oklahoma.
Oh, I love Cross Canadian ragweed.
So, anyway, but yeah. I'm gonna go stay in my camper, and And fuck that. I don't want to do that. But even still, a storm, like we've had like tornadoes out there and shit, and like campers getting blown over, and I don't want to do all that. That sounds dumb. But gotta embrace, like, no. Kevin said his son did basic at Still. He did it at Lackland. So it must be Alphos. But yeah, no. I don't do that anymore. I did. And I guess I could if I had to, but why? I don't want to. I don't like sleeping on the ground. I bet if I slept on on the ground, like in just a sleeping bag on the ground, I couldn't get up in the morning. I'd be stuck. I'd go spend like $3,000 on a mattress so I could walk.
I went camping down at Mustang Island, which is Port Aransas, basically. Here
Yeah,
in
it's a
Texas on the
Pat Green
coast.
song.
About 2 years after I got out.
Yeah.
And
Was
yeah,
Pat Green there?
really bad. And I don't know. I know Pat Green, but I don't think he was there when I was there.
Oh.
But okay.
Wait, he sings about
Well,
Mustang Island.
because that's just where I went camping.
Yeah,
But that was
yeah.
the last time I've been in a tent. Yeah.
I know.
Was for like 2 years after I got out. But speaking of cross Canadian ragweed,
Yes.
Cody Canada,
Mhm.
lead singer, cross
Yeah.
Canadian ragweed,
Yep.
lives here
Yeah.
in my hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does his solo stuff.
Yeah, and he has
Listen,
a
him-
then the Departed or whatever band
Yeah.
with the
yeah,
bass
and
player,
then
because the
his-
bass player plays with them now too, still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his son is involved in a bunch of stuff. And then they have the kids' School of Rock here in New Braunfels. And they play a lot of local stuff.
Oh.
And his wife owns, I believe, a shop here
Mhm.
somewhere, maybe in Green. Yeah. We have a lot of country singers, Texas country singers that live here. Wade Bowen lives here. Randy Rogers lives here. Yeah.
Pookie said the last time he went camping, he was down in the Keys and almost died from a coconut. That's awesome. And then Mike Griffith says the wife gets pissed at him with him all the time after 31 years doing the tent thing. What the fuck makes her think I would attempt to do that for fun? That's right.
Right,
So you're a fuck
exactly.
camper and you have a refrigerator and a stove and a little table to sit at, and like mine has like a thing. So like you walk in mine, right? And on the right is the bedroom and on the left is like the living room, main part of the tent. And so like I have a little thing, like it's got one TV in it, and like in the middle, the little wall, like I can just spin it around, like watch TV in bed, and I put a little button and it spins around and you can watch TV out like on the couch. It's great.
See, I don't understand why anyone who remotely knows anyone who served would ever ask them to go camping in a tent.
I get it though. And like I said, honestly, like, okay, well, I was debating
don't
it.
have a desire.
I was debating it just so like it opens up places around here I can camp, because you can camp anywhere in the national forest, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
we were talking about doing like for like deer and elk hunting, kind of pack in, set up a tent, have like a little base camp, and then go hunting from there. We
Mhm.
talked about doing that, and I was like, nah. I know where the elk are at, 20 feet off the fucking road. If I would, when I finally draw an elk tag, I drove the backwoods for years and years and years plowing snow, right? So I know where the elk herds hang out. So when I get an elk tag, I know where to fucking sit 20 yards off the fucking highway so I don't get a ticket, drop a fucking elk, drag it the 20 yards back to my pickup, and fucking be done. Bye, see you. I don't need to live in a fucking tent for years to try to get an elk tag. That sounds dumb as fuck. Camping is always better if it's for specific activities: shooting, hunting, fishing, off-roading, etc. Camping just to camp is kind of boring. I medium agree with that. It depends. Like, I love fishing. Like, I have to camp next to the lake, catch fish, hang out, whatever. But sometimes it's just nice to like get the kids out, even like just get them away from like all of this.
Oh yeah.
And I think there's something
Well,
there's
different when you take the kids.
well, but I'm just saying, like, even like for me, like if I just go out to lake, I kind of reset a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You just get that little bit of a kind of a natural reset. There's something about like waking up with the sun and just being, you wake up when you wake up and you just kind of get up and you do your thing and you just wake up and you stretch out and you're like at the lake and you just like you open back up. So yeah, fishing and camping is 100% my favorite too. I love it. And I've missed out on it. And the last couple of years my schedule it's either been my schedule or the wife's schedule haven't matched up. And we've been so busy, we finally made the commitment to do it, to take that time and just do it. And because you have to like make the time to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, Moose fishing is cool as fuck. I love fishing. Deep sea fishing, no. I'm literally as far as away. There is a town about 30 miles from me called Faith, and is the geological center of the United States. It is as far away from the ocean as you can get.
That's why you don't get seafood.
That's why I don't get seafood. Yep.
I love saltwater. I like to saltwater fish more than I like to freshwater fish. But I'm 3 hours from the beach, so that's not hard.
I told her you get the Army's permission. You go camping at NTC in early April when it's cold at night, hot as hell during the day, and wind and sand working in conjunction to plaster your epidermis off your body should keep her from asking to go camping again. Yeah, hey, do that. I camped at the California beaches before the state was completely ruined. Yeah. That'd be so cool to just like wake up on the beach. I bet that's probably what Pookie does. Pookie probably like curls up like he's saying camping in the Keys. That'd be great. Just like wake up. You're like right there at the ocean. That'd be fucking tight. I would sleep in a tent to do that. To just wake up and like open the tent flap and there's the ocean right there.
Well, you can do that here in Texas still on our beaches at the Gulf Coast. But depends on what beach you're at. Like South Padre Island is great.
Yeah.
But Port Aransas, it's not a nice beach to camp at.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
So
I
would rather stay. I mean, when I was a kid, we camped all the time, but we always went to Colorado or Utah or Wyoming. I mean, my parents would big time get in the car, drive 1,000 miles, and go camp in the wilderness. I mean, we lived in a tent.
I don't remember the name of that place where we used to camp down there in Texas. But it had the dinosaur prints in the river, in the riverbed. It was like south of Fort Worth on 377.
I know where you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
I don't remember the name of that town. Fuck, I can still see it. Where?
Gurgle it.
Glenrose.
Glenrose. Okay. Yep, that sounds right. I believe you.
Colorado is nice. I love Colorado. The problem with Colorado, like for me, is the elevation. I mean, I'm at a mile high here, and I kind of struggle with it when you get down there and you're like fucking 13,000 feet, can't breathe. Yeah, where the dinosaur tracks are. Yep.
My dad was obsessed with Colorado. We lived there for 2 years when I was a kid while he went to gunsmithing school, and he just couldn't get enough of it. And so we would go back all the time too. So he could hunt, we could camp.
Yeah, Glenrose has the dinosaur bones and stuff. Yeah, and you can like camp by the river, and you can like fucking jump into the deal. I love it. Work near the border with Wyoming. So he must have been up like Cheyenne.
Yeah, my dad would take like summer jobs because he was an electrician.
Yeah.
So he would take a summer job up in Wyoming or in Utah, pack up the whole family. We'd go up there. We'd live in some campsite in tents all summer long while he would work whatever job, building whatever thing they were building. And we would just live in a tent all summer long. It was like the best. But as an adult, I have no desire to do that.
Yep.
No, thank you.
See, and like I probably would. Somewhere like I said, if I could backpack through Colorado or something. Actually, my buddy's trying to get me in. It's called bike packing, where you like strap a bunch of shit to a bicycle and then like ride like hundreds of miles. And I'm like,
sounds like something someone else could do.
Well, I'm trying not to be fat. That's my problem. Is I'm trying not to be fat, right? And so I ride my bicycle quite a bit, right? And so yeah, Pookie, like I have a cold water mountain stream in my backyard, dude. You gotta come up here and see it. But anyway, so bike packing, right? So I bought a gravel bike so I can like try not to be fat. I'm gonna take it to work and like because I've got mountain bikes in my garage. So I bought a gravel bike so I take it to my work and that way I have like an hour lunch. I can just hop on, ride fucking 15, 20 miles, be done, kind of, you know what I mean? and hopefully burn enough calories, won't be fat as fuck anymore. That's my plan. Well, my buddy who sold me the bike, he bought a new one, so he sold me this one used. He's like, have you thought about bike packing? I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, you just pack like 100 pounds of shit on a bicycle, and then you fucking ride like places and you camp off your bicycle, and then you like ride further and further and further. And I was like, huh, yeah, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, that sounds like I'd rather have my eyes pecked out by, like, I don't know, buzzard. But thanks, you do that and tell me how it goes. No.
Well, I mean, it's kind of
I don't want to, because once you ride there, you have to unpack everything and hang out and then you have to pack up and then you have to ride back. No, I'm good. No, I'll drive somewhere and camp if I absolutely have to. But no,
right.
no.
And like, I mean, I kind of get it. Like,
I just don't have that energy. Mm-mm.
well, and then hold on.
Plus, my knees, my back, my hips. No, it just sounds tiring. Pookie says a dude on TikTok lives nomadic horseback life on national land. See, now that sounds kind of cool. Horseback. I could do horseback. I'm not doing the work. I don't think I could ride a bike.
Well, and see, and I'm pulling up. I downloaded a picture. Right, this is basically my bike, but I don't have all this shit strapped to it, and mine's green. So that helps. I like green. But okay, so here's like what it looks like, right? When you have all
it's
that,
like a fancy mountain bike.
yeah. Well, it's not really a mountain bike because you don't have suspend. Well, that's the one that has suspension. I don't have suspension. Mine's all carbon.
Okay.
It's really super light, like, and it rides really well. It's actually kind of fun to ride. But you can see like they have like all the shit like in the frame and like strapped to the handlebars. Mine, they say this one's got a suspension fork on it. Mine has the solid carbon fork, and you can like mount more shit to that. You can mount shit up to your back seat, and you, like I said, you seriously can carry like 40 or 50 pounds of shit or more on your bicycle, right?
My knees and lower back hurt just looking at that bike.
Right, kind of too.
I'm a little jealous of people that can ride bikes. I cannot. My back is so jacked up that I could not do it. But you could put a little sidecar on that. I'd ride along with someone else. But no. I want to get one of those bikes that you sit level with it, so your legs are out in front of you. That sounds fun to me. But I can't ride one of the bikes where your like seat is up high and your legs are down low. Can't do it.
Your seat is up high and your legs are down low. That's kind of all the bikes.
Yeah. Well, no, because they have bikes now like that people ride where your seat is level with your pedals. Like your horizontal, is that right? With the pedals?
I
Have you
mean,
seen? I'll have to find one and send it to you.
okay.
There's some cool bikes out there now that you can ride that are like
Yeah, you like
where they
sit
don't
on.
put. Yeah, you like sit down, almost like I'm sitting now with my legs out in front of me, and
Yep.
the pedals would be out, here in front of me and pedal that way. Because then that way I'm not putting that pressure on my low back from being up like this. Instead, I'm sitting, out this way, and I'm not putting all that strain on my knees from being up like this. Instead, I'm out like that. I'm sure someone understands what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. I've seen them.
Oh.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That I would love to do because I do like being out and the outdoors, and I do like riding bikes. It's just regular bikes, too much pressure on my knees and too much on my low back.
Well, that makes sense. Because and it is more to me. It's more my back. So here's my bike. Except for mine's green. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like that
Yeah, I
without
could
all this
never
shit
ride
on it.
that.
Yeah.
I could never ever ride that.
I mean, I have a bunch of
That
other
would
bikes
be
too,
cool.
but that's like the gravel bike, and it's supposed to, like, people go out and ride fucking like the races. Gravel races are like 150 miles. No.
Dang.
Nope.
Dang.
But there's
that's
a what I would like to do, and I think I might do it by the end of the summer. There's a place here called the Mickelson Trail, and it's like 109 miles or something like that. But it starts in Deadwood, ends in Edgemont. Okay, so what that does is it's 109 miles of basically downhill. I can do that. 109 miles downhill. We'll figure that shit out.
Downhill I could do.
I mean, there's obviously you can't go downhill the entire time, but you lose like 3,000 feet of elevation in that time. People were like starting Edgemont, ride to Deadwood. No, I'm starting in Deadwood, going to Edgemont. Fuck that. I ain't trying to ride uphill that whole way. That sounds dumb as fuck. But it's on the old railroad
definitely
track.
downhill.
It's on the old railroad trestle. So it's like, I don't know if you've ever been on like an old railroad track, like where they redo it. It's like a fine gravel. It's, you know, it's fine. You're not like rocky. Like, cause I have I ride downhill stuff too. Like when you ride the ski lift up the top of the mountain and then you fucking bomb down the hill. Like I do that because fuck pedaling. Yeah. That is hard on my knees and back. I might not be able to do that anymore.
Yeah, I could definitely not do that. You can't even. Dick says you can't even drive a car without flipping it.
That happened once.
Coming out of Deadwood.
Happened once.
Is it that bad?
That happened once. One time.
You flipped
One
the car.
time. One time. I lived in fucking Deadwood. Well, I lived in Lee, which is right next to Deadwood. I lived there for 2000, like 12 years, 14 years.
In one time.
One
That's
time.
all it takes.
I flipped my car.
One time and it's become a thing. It only takes once.
So Mountain Dew everywhere.
Sorry.
It was, yeah, it was Diet Mountain Dew. Thank you. But yeah, it was everywhere. Oh, because I like, okay, so what happens is you go down this hill and then it curves, right? And then goes up. Well, it was warm enough the day before that it all melted. There was snow melting. And then it froze overnight. And I was going to spearfish the next morning. And I hit that ice. And like rolled it. Like rolled it. It was like, it was bad. But it was all snow. So I landed in the snow. It was fine. It was pretty much fine. Yeah.
Was the car fine?
No. I mean, I actually got in it and I pushed the roof up. And a friend of mine drove it for like 5 years. I put a new
What
windshield
kind of
in
car was that?
It was a Mercury Mountaineer, Ford Explorer, Mercury Mountaineer.
And you just whoop, popped it back. Huh?
Yep, basically.
If you'd had a Saturn, it wouldn't have dented at all.
No, it would have been pieces of plastic everywhere because it was cold as fuck and it would have broke all the plastic.
Yeah, me and my sister decided when we were drunk one night to test the theory about do Saturns really not dent by shooting golf balls at it.
Oh, how was that?
It didn't dent. We're lucky we didn't knock a window out because, like idiots, we forgot to roll the windows down first.
Nice.
But we didn't dent it. We did hit the side of it, and it did not leave a dent. So there you go.
He said he had his childhood BMX rebuilt last year. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. I've got my grandpa's old bike in my garage, and my mom, we there's a local bike place here in town, and my mom wants it to start riding it. So I think we're gonna get it out of the garage, and as a surprise, we're gonna take it down and have it all fixed up. And the lady even said they can like redo the paint job to make it look original.
Yep.
And give it to her this summer so that she can start riding it. Because she's better now. Her wrist, she doesn't have her little wrist brace or anything, and now she's all better. She wants to start riding a bike.
Well, that's
Good for
cool.
her. Yeah, 80 years old. She gonna be tearing it up.
See, you can do that too. Totally. do
I'm
that.
sure I could. I just got to get a bike that keeps the pressure off of my knees and my low back.
Well, and that's part of the reason I got back into riding bicycles because my knees are so bad. And it
Mine are
does.
awful.
It does. It does. It actually is pretty good with my knees. So I should have a
may have to
Subaru
check
or a
that out.
Toyota. We do have a Subaru. My wife has a Subaru. I have a Volkswagen. I drive every day with Passat. I had a Tundra for a long time, but fucking Tundras have nothing for towing capacity and gets worse gas mileage than my V10 does. This is my V10, my 3/4 ton with a V10 will fucking pull a camper. That Tundra was ridiculous. I fucking hated that thing. And then used ones are fucking super expensive. Fuck that. I don't want any of that shit. Fuck a Toyota. But yeah, I love my Subaru. I love our Subaru. And I think we will probably always have one. My mother-in-law has one, and she's like, you should try a Subaru. And we did it, and I love it. Pookie sold his Honda 2-stroke 125 a few years back because he can't do that bullshit anymore. Yeah. I guess we're on my
Is that a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about
I guess having a big road sofa Harley isn't so bad. A 2-stroke 125 would probably kill me. I'd probably fucking die. Literally die. Not even figuratively.
Mm,
So
mm-mm-mm. I don't
speaking
do motorcycles.
speaking of having a bad back and needing to go down, you need to explain this.
Okay, so the music festival this weekend, I needed a fun shirt to wear.
Yes.
So this is not what the shirt looks like. The shirt is put away right now because I didn't want to get it out and get animal hair on it. But this would be my shirt. It's a black shirt with neon green writing, and this will be the shirt that I'm wearing this weekend to the music festival.
And I want you to read
So
that. Can you read that for people who maybe can't
yeah, it says I may not go down in history, but I'll go down on your dad. I'm sure my children are very proud of me and all my dad shirts. Because I do have a shirt from my 50th birthday that says "Your dad is my cardio."
Yeah, you've
And
worn that one, I think.
I've worn that
yeah.
one here before, and I do have another dad shirt that's being made that I'll have in a couple weeks to wear on here. So
Oh.
you guys will get to see that dad shirt. It's pretty funny too. So yeah, so I definitely I
Ooh.
like the funny dad shirts. It's humorous and it embarrasses my children. So
Nice. Heath said he's
oh,
looking at
man,
a Triumph Thruxton.
what the hell is that?
It's a motorcycle.
Oh, I know Harleys. That's all I know. I just know my dad drove BMW and Harley Davidson. That was it. So I don't know much about motorcycles. I think my brother had a crotch rocket when I was a kid, like a I don't know, ninja something, I don't know, whatever was cool in the 80s. But I think he wrecked it once and then my mom told him he couldn't get another one.
Uh,
He has a motor like a dirt bike kind of bike thing. Like he goes on like all these cross country motorbike deals.
yeah.
So he has a pretty cool bike now, but it's one of those like off-road bikes. It's not like a
Oh.
highway bike. I don't know anything about it.
These
I'm
are
not educated in the world of cycles.
these are pretty cool bikes. The Thruxtons are. I would probably ride one of these. But what I wouldn't do would have this as my only bike. I think they're just they're fun.
Is it like a show bike
Oh, here.
or just a fun to ride bike?
It's a very awkward position. I mean, they're fun. They're fast. It's just the
You have to
position.
kind of sit forward on them.
Yep, and you kind of not quite crotch rockety, but kind of where you're bent over a little bit. But they're
Yeah, and you can't really have someone ride that bike with you, can you?
no, there's no back seat, which
Yeah,
is fine.
see?
I honestly, I don't know. I like having my wife on the back of mine on my Road King, but
Yeah.
it's kind of whatever too. I mean, I don't know. Thruxtons are cool. I do like them. I just think that they're like it's called a cafe racer style, and
Oh.
I think it would probably kill my back after a while.
Oh yeah, imagine it might.
Pookie said he was eyeballing one of those e-bikes, but South Carolina has stupid laws on e-bikes. Huh. I wonder what that is. And there's different types of e-bikes. There's the ones that have what's called they're like type ones have like pedal assist, and some of them are like electric motorcycles. There's all kinds of whatever. That does kind of look like the old BMWs, but also looks like the old Triumphs too. They're cool. It's a cool bike. I like those Thruxtons a lot. I just couldn't do I think that would kill me. I think it actually would kill me.
Yeah, I gotta have something with good back support. I ride along with a buddy of mine on his Harley, and take, old country back roads and stuff and take Sunday drives, but you gotta have good back support, man.
You do. You do.
I can't ride something that's gonna make my back hurt. Ugh.
It's something that's gonna make my back
Oh,
hurt.
that probably sounded wrong, didn't it?
I mean, kind of.
If it don't sound dirty, I didn't say it.
Well, you were gone when we did it.
I know. I got to
or
get
did
back
you-
in the swing of it.
This might have been. I think we talked about motorcycles with Coach.
Oh, did y'all talk about
Yeah.
cycles?
Well, there's mine in the canyon.
Oh, now that's pretty.
Mhm.
See, I like that. That's the kind of bikes I like.
Yeah.
That's
See,
nice. My
that's
sister's husband has a Harley. I don't know what kind it is, but he has a real nice one too that they go cruising on.
ooh, Pookie, those Indians. So there's an Indian dealer in Sturgis. I really do like those. I think if I had to buy a new one, I'd probably actually buy an Indian. If I was going to buy a brand new bike, I'd be torn because some of the new Harleys are really junky looking. Dick's
Yeah, I
got
like
Dick.
them
Dick
old
has a.
school
I don't have.
blues.
I have your. I have a picture of you submitted your bike, Dick, and I showed it before. But he's got his is basically the same as mine, except for it has a big fairing on it, where mine has the windshield.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom out a little bit.
I like windshields.
So,
Windshields
but
are
his is
good.
like the big fairing on the front, right? It's the same frame, basically.
He says his is his profile pic.
Yep. But he's also got that big tour pack on the back. So mine is the same frame. It's pretty comfortable, but his is a little bit bigger than mine. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
But yeah, I'm not sure that I'd want to ever go back to not. I mean, like I said, that Thruxton, I could probably do that if I had the bike I have now. Right? I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I could tear up the canyons and stuff on that for a day. But the big bikes freak out. Honestly, Pookie, the bigger ones are easier to control and they're smoother. They really are.
Definitely smoother.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
He likes the Scout. I do like the Scout a lot. What I wish Indian would do, they have like the Scout, which is kind of like a Sportster-ish bike.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller, kind of like that Thruxton. Dick has cruise control. I do want cruise control. Wish I had that. I do wish I had cruise control. But Indian doesn't have anything kind of in the middle. Like Harley has kind of middle-sized bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Indian doesn't have anything like that, which I kind of wish they did.
So they have just one or the other, and that's it.
Yeah, you either get a big bike or you get a smaller bike. You don't kind of get in the middle, which is fine. It's whatever. So, but
Whatever works.
anyway, it is that time of year, and I've been riding my bike to work. I rode my bike to work on Monday, and
nice.
Tuesday I had some errands to run, and today I had some errands to run, so I had to take my car, which sucks. When you start getting the bike out, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, I'm riding my bike to work," because I work in Sturgis, which is about 22 miles from my house, so I actually get a ride in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get a decent amount of time on it.
Yep, get a half-hour ride in the morning. I love it. That is what I'm in a way better mood coming home in a day I get to ride my bike than I get to drive my car. My kids love it when I ride my bike, so they're like, "Oh, you're not so mean." Yay. But
yeah, see me, it's literally 6 minutes
Mhm.
to my work from my house.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't, if I was riding a bike, it wouldn't, I mean, I could ride a bicycle bike to work.
you just said you can't.
I mean, if I could find one that I was comfortable on, if I could find me a cool bike that didn't make my back and my knees hurt, I would totally.
Yeah.
And once they clear me, I've got 3 more weeks to get cleared by the doc to start
Ooh.
exercising again. I used to run 5 miles to my other job,
I ain't riding
and
shit.
I was cool with it. My job now is like less than a mile from my house, and I would totally jog back and forth to work. I would love to do that again, but I've just got to get cleared to do it first.
All right. Pookie said he grew up riding pit bikes. I do love pit bikes. Those are fun. Heath wants a 650 CB without all the frills. That'd be fun too. Those little Honda 650s are fucking fast. Fast as fuck, boy.
It's a little vroom vroom.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, well, it is getting close that time. How about you got anything? We have some guests coming up. You want to go ahead and let
We
people know about that?
do have some guests coming up, actually. So let me say where I'm at. So us here on the Smoke Pit, we have a guest coming on next week, Wednesday, the 31st, with Carrie Beaver from Soldier Girl Coffee. She will be with us the second hour. She has veteran owned, obviously, she's a vet. Her own coffee line, Soldier Girl Coffee. It's a great coffee line. She also does a lot of work with IAW, the IRW, Irreverent Warriors, does a lot of the silky hikes and whatnot, and gives back a lot to PTSD and MST. So she'll be great to have on. I think you guys are going to really love her. She's super fun. And then it looks like on Friday the 2nd, Friday Night Freedom has Andy Ross on. Musician Andy Ross will be on Friday Night Freedom to talk to Kaz and Pookie about his newest single, I Stand For You, that will be released on June the 2nd. And they will get to play the song for the first time for listeners on WTF Nation Radio.
Nice.
So we got those coming up in the next week.
That is exciting.
And then we've got Memorial Day weekend, of course, coming up.
We do, and we have a concert. There is a concert coming up, and I tried so hard. I tried for like 15 minutes to get it to work. The intro thing to work. And it's going to be on PBS, and it's the 28th. And it's going to be awesome. If you are in the DC area, please go to it. If not, feel free to watch it on television on PBS. And it is fantastic. Gary Sinise is there, and our special guest last night on Pop Culture Warrior. Little guy.
Yeah, it was a great show.
That was a great show. And so like it's a really good opportunity and program. And if you look on the PBS website, they have some of the backstories and stuff to it, and it's super cool. So like I said, if you're in the DC area, please go to it. If not, it's going to be on PBS on the 28th. So,
yeah, because he was talking with Joe Mantegna.
Yep, Mantegna
last night.
Yeah,
and Mantegna. I can't ever say his name right, but most people knew him from TV show.
He was on. He's been on a bunch of shows.
What did my brain just completely blank out? He was on so much. He was in Godfather Part 3. Let's see. The Last Dawn, Rat Pack, Starter Wife. But I think most people knew him from Criminal Minds.
Yep, Criminal Minds. That was the one he was.
And then he does a lot of stuff with the Gary Sinise. And the whole group there, and it was a great interview. So if you guys didn't catch it, definitely go to our YouTube channel, WTF Nation Radio, and check out the Pop Culture Warrior interview.
Yep. It starts at Sunday, May 28th at 6 p.m. Mountain. So that'd be 8 p.m. Or Eastern. Same time as our show.
Yeah.
On Sunday. And I think we're gonna broadcast it live. They're talking about broadcasting it on our channels. If not, definitely check it out on PBS.
For sure. It's going to be good.
So we are wrapping things up. You have been listening tonight to The Smoke Pit with me, Radar, and her TZ. Back after a 2-week convalescence. So
and an extra week of going to a concert.
Hey, it's whatever. We're just glad to have you back. We're glad you're feeling good. We're glad you
Me too.
had a
I'm
successful
glad to be
surgery, and now everyone will quit asking me if you're okay, because apparently I'm your nurse.
Yeah, that's my nurse person.
So,
wherever I can't. How do I point at you? Trying to.
There you go. That way.
There you are.
There he is. Tomorrow night is Thursday, so it's Sergeant's time with Ice. He's going to be talking about all things National Guard, active duty reserves, all kinds of facets of the Army and big Army news. He brings you to that show too every Thursday. Friday is Friday Night Freedom. Kaz and Pookie. Pookie, are you guys going to be on with the holiday? I believe so. I haven't seen a no on that. And then Saturday night's a Don's a day. Day no scheduled activities. We will be enjoying the weekend with our family and friends, and hopefully you are too. It is Memorial Day weekend, so don't if you guys get into a spot, hey, give someone a call, reach out.
Yeah,
we would love to not have to celebrate you next Memorial Day.
Yeah, we would really definitely love to not have to do that.
Yep, we like you being here. So, and then Sunday night, I'm not 100% sure if the guys are having the smoke pit or not. Or not the smoke pit, the sports bar. But normally on Sunday night.
I don't see anything about them not being on.
It's a holiday weekend. I don't know everyone's schedule.
Yeah.
I feel like I should look.
Yeah.
We've been
Well,
having
I'm
some
looking at
issues.
the schedule right now, and it doesn't say that
Doesn't say
they're
no show.
not.
Okay,
Yeah,
well.
it doesn't say no show.
We're going to assume the sports bar will be here on Sunday night with Coach and the actual King Smith. My guest co-host last week, the actual King Smith, and they will be talking about all things sportsing. There's some Stanley Cup playoffs going on, and some NBA finals. Or the finals are still the playoffs yet, and so pretty busy time in the sportsing and baseball and everything else. Now,
lots of sportsing.
Monday. The aptly named Monday edition, and I do believe Ice is off on Monday with the holiday.
With the actual Memorial Day.
With the actual
holiday.
day of Memorial. But normally on Mondays, we have Ice and Shipwreck doing the Monday edition, talking about current events and cool things happening in the world, and they like to keep you guys up to date on. Then Tuesday is Pop Culture Warrior with CQ and one of his harem of co-hosts. Good show there. Little pitter-patter in my heart. He didn't have a guest next week, huh? Crazy.
No, nothing for next week.
I'm sure someone will pop up for him. And then next week, we do have a guest.
Yep,
which is
we
exciting.
do.
I'm exciting. I'm exciting. I'm always exciting, but I'm excited for our guest. We've been trying to get her on for a minute. You've been trying to get her to come on for a little bit, and schedules haven't kind of lined up, right?
We just had to wait for her to have a free day and have it, hook up with our free day.
Yep.
I've got about 3 guests hanging out in the wind right now that we're just waiting on dates that they're available and we're available. People waiting for their kids to get out of school and waiting for their schedules for the summer. But we're gonna have some guests this summer coming on. You guys just wait. I got some prizes in a hat and we'll be pulling out. Y'all be excited about.
I am excited for it, so I'm really excited. But lastly, we will be here with our guest and more guests to come. And it's summertime. Get out, enjoy yourself, enjoy your family, enjoy the holiday. Remember our father and brothers and sisters this weekend.
Be safe.
Be safe. And if you do get in away this holiday, please reach out to anybody.
Yeah.
We would love to hang out with you and involve you in our plans and everything like that. So if you are in a way, reach out. Please do.
Yep.
So,
And if you're in Texas and you're close to Round Rock this weekend and you want to listen to some good Texas country music, they still have tickets available. It is the Lone Star Texas Jam, and it's in Round Rock at the Round Rock Amphitheater. I'll be there. Spanky will be there. If you're going to be in the area and you're going to go listen to some music, look for us. I'll be the one in the obnoxious T-shirt about somebody's dad.
oh, the obnoxious T-shirt in the crowd, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the only one.
Dick needs a full safety brief. I'm not doing that. Sucks to suck, nerd. Don't fucking don't die.
Just don't do dumb shit and call your mom.
Don't add
Be
or
safe.
subtract from the population. That's the best one.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
Call
he'll do
your
what he
mom.
wants. Like, he fucking listens anyway. He's just gonna do what the
No.
fuck he wants to do.
No, y'all set shit on fire.
That's true. That's true. The fire danger is high today. It's dry and windy. So, all right. But anyway, thanks so much for hanging out. It's been a pleasure. TZ, thanks for being here.
Hey, thank you for letting me come back.
And we'll be back next week. Shots.
True enough. Peace.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects and mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show.
No, I don't want no other to pour their love on me like water. Got an ocean for the love that's made for two. We can sail up on the ocean breeze and sunshine feels like you're loving me. We got a good thing going on, you know that's true. I'm feeling fine, fine, fine. Pour your love on me like wine. Come on, mama, fill me up. Let me take a sip from your loving cup. Feeling fine, 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 fine. Pour your love on me like wine. so hot and the sky so blue. There ain't a single thing that I'd rather do than spend all my time making love to you. Ain't got a plan, just a way to live in a big bag of love that we love to give out to the world through song and show. If you're getting on the bus, let's go, go, go. I'm feeling fine, fine, fine. Pour your love on me like wine. Come on, mama, fill me up. Let me take a sip from your loving cup. Feeling fine, 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 fine. Pour your love on me like wine. Feeling fine, 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 fine. Pour your love on me like wine. Feeling fine, 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 fine. Pour your love on me like wine. Feeling fine, fine, fine. Hey, Sioux Falls, thank you so much.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.